Okay, thanks for downloading these free squeeze page templates. I'm going to do a very quick tutorial on how to make changes to these templates. This is under the assumption you don't know much about HTML. If you do, then you probably don't really need to watch this video. To start off with, when you first unzip your files, you should see big video squeeze, small video squeeze, squeeze with no bullets, and squeeze with bullets. There are 4 different templates, and I'll go through those quickly. So this is the squeeze without bullets. You can have an image, no image, it's up to you. This is a page with bullets, as you can see here. And this is the small video squeeze page, and this is the large video squeeze page. These are all using Aweber, so if you use a different autoresponder, then you'll have to get the appropriate code from your autoresponder service or form. There is also a thank you page that you would have seen when you first submitted your name and email, and there's a download page after someone confirms their subscription, clicks the confirmation link. It's totally optional to use these pages. And then I call this a blank page. Obviously it's not blank, but you can use it for an about page, contact page, one-time offer page, however you like. You can set that up. I won't necessarily be going into that setup, but just so you know, if you wanted a continuous kind of flow of these templates, you know, for these types of pages, then you can do that. You'll have a green style with an orange arrow, or a white style, minimalist template. And if you don't have something like Dreamweaver, which most people don't, for an HTML editor, you can use something like Editpad Lite, which is really a text editor, but it is free, and you can make changes and then view your changes in the browser. So it's a lot more robust than Notepad. There's also something called Composer that's free to download. Because I have Dreamweaver, I don't really use this. I downloaded it purely for this video, but I had heard about it, and it's free, so that's a good thing. There's another one called Coffee Cup. By the way, Editpad Lite is located at editpadlite.com, and Composer is located at composer.net, and Coffee Cup at coffeecup.com/html-editor. But I do think you just get a free trial, so once again you'll have to test that out. They all have their sort of pluses and minuses, in my opinion. Editpad Lite's great because it's a lightweight editor, text editor. The only thing is it doesn't quite show you. For example, if I go into Dreamweaver, move this over here, what's nice about Dreamweaver is you can see the different colors for the different types of HTML, which it makes it a little bit easier to see. So here's the Aweber form, for example. Whereas if I open one of these, say the squeeze with bullets, go to the blue, right click and open index.html, send it to Editpad Lite. Basically you don't see the different color coding. However, it's still, once you've opened this up and made your edits, you can go to View and open this page in the browser. This is opening in Chrome. Anyway, so once you have your editor and you decide on which style page you want to use, then there are just a few things really you need to change. Obviously the text on here you want to change. These buttons are also there are 4 different buttons that have the text doesn't change because it's a graphic, but these templates come with the Photoshop file PSD, so you can change the text as you want. But I did include 4 different types of buttons, which I'll show you later. So as you can see here, it says basically it's saying put your title. We'll go back to Editpad Lite, and basically here, up here in title, you want to change that. So put your, maybe something like weight loss guide, or whatever you're offering people when they opt in. For SEO purposes, you might want to change the description. If you're not worried about this because you're driving traffic through the Google Content Network or Facebook or whatever, it may not apply, but description, because right now it says free squeeze page template. Keywords, change that as well. Let's go back to that page, and then of course this is your H1 tag. This is a pre-headline, and this is your headline. And as you can see, you got some red text and black text and red text again. Now if you open up Composer, if you decide to go that route, I'll go ahead and open up a page. Then what's nice about this is you can edit right here, so you can just change the text right up in here. However, I notice when you go to the source code, everything's left justified, so it's all crammed to the left compared to Dreamweaver that keeps the formatting nice and, in my opinion, easier to read. But there are comments throughout the different HTML elements to help you kind of understand where you're at. So I don't know why I did this. Like I said, I don't use Composer normally, but you can see here, put your title here, your description. You can change your description. Another thing I noticed that Composer does is it adds this kind of information, RGB, no repeat scroll, and it's trying to add some Firefox related information, Mozilla browser information. I don't know why it's not in the HTML that I used. So once again, whatever you feel more comfortable with. What is nice about Composer is that you can edit right on the screen, so you might want to go ahead and do that. Change elements like, once again, download your free weight loss guide or something like that, whatever your punchy headline will be. And so basically these elements, your pre-headline H1 tag, your main headline H2 tag, this is an H3 tag. Add your bullet point information. Basically highlight the benefits. You can completely delete that information as such. I'll just replace it. And of course over here. And then if you decide, just move this down a little bit. If you decide to add an about terms, contact page, anything like that, you'll want to do that down here in the HTML, and then of course add your Aweber code or whatever autoresponder you're using. So I'll go back to EditPad Lite, even though I find it a little bit harder to read because it's not color coded. However, you can see here your H1 tag. So here's put your pre-headline. Okay. Just scroll down until you see the H2 tag. This is your main headline here. H3 tag is, once again, this area here. And of course you can scroll all the way down to the bottom. You can see the footer links. So about us. So if you add an about page, then you type in your URL there. So like http yourdomain.com about.html, something like that. Or just get rid of those altogether. Excuse me. And then your Aweber code, put your list name here, your thank you page URL if you decide to use the thank you page, and tracking your list tracking information here if you want. If you use a thank you page URL, then you could use something like one of these pages, which is what I used. So you could have yourdomain.com/thankyou.html, something like that. And this just guides people after they opt in the first time. They have to wait, possibly up to a minute, 5 minutes, and to make sure to confirm their, basically click the confirmation link. And then once they've done that, you could use a download page. So these pages are optional. And then of course you can have a link to the downloads. Get rid of these images, use whatever images, not have any image if you don't want. And just go back to this page. And I think that's about it. So once you've got your Aweber code, let me just show you the buttons real quick. I'll do this inside Dreamweaver. So you can see button 1. So if I do button 2, let's just go back here. So right now it says yes, I want free access. So if we do button 2, I'll just save that, preview it in the browser. Now it says download yours now. Let's try button 3. And it says send me my copy. Button 4. Whoops. Send me my free report. And then there are 8 in total, but they're all the same text. However, if you do, say, button 1 dash red, then it's just going to show a red stroke behind the button. Yes, I want free access. So you just go back through it. Button 2, download yours now. So you can kind of customize these a little bit, but there's, as I mentioned, a Photoshop file. I'm just going to open up one of the video pages, say the small video squeeze page, index page. Right, so right now there's a Vimeo video, and let's find that. It's right here in this iframe. Okay, and it says recommended width 500 pixels, height 280 pixels. So if you add, for example, a YouTube video or your own video, I highly recommend you set it to these dimensions, 500 by 280. And the large video also has a recommended height and width if you want it to look like, if you want it to look like this page, which I think has a nice composition in terms of the size of the video. Then just follow the dimensions as you paste in your iframe or whatever you do to show your video, whatever code. And I think that's about it. Just remember to look for the H1, H2, or in this case H1, H2, H3 tag. Change out all relevant text using whichever text editor you feel comfortable with, and you should be good to go. Then you upload. What you can do is, if you just have the index page, you need the style sheet, index page, which is your home page, the JS folder, and the images folder at the very least. So if you have a thank you page, or you decide to create an about us page from the blank page.html, then you upload the appropriate files. But if you're not going to use a thank you page, download page, etc., then just your images, JavaScript, index.html, and style sheet, and upload that to your server, and you should be good to go. Thanks very much.